everybody, welcome back to another video, the T on MPD and relationships. Hello everyone. To all of my new subscribers and new family members, hello, hi, welcome. And to my tribe and family at large, welcome back. Thank you all so much for coming back and watching another video. Family, you know I'm plugging our weekly live stream. Why? Because it's near and dear to my heart. I want us to get back to making sure that we actually get that live stream back up and on regular schedule. Why? Because it is so important that we understand the spiritual implications behind narcissistic abuse. And not only that, that we understand what God is saying to us about our spiritual condition as it relates to our healing and wholeness. And this is really important because if you don't understand the spiritual aspect of it, it is a very real possibility that you will never really be able to move on and to become healed and whole after this type of abuse. It is very spiritual. And when we understand that life itself is spiritual, then we will understand the importance of understanding and knowing your spirit nature and how this type of abuse, how our spirit nature is affected by this type of abuse. So if you are on the YouTube and Facebook platforms, if you're watching, of course, on YouTube, which you will be if you are watching this video, and if you are on the Facebook platform, please turn your notification bells on, okay, so you know when we go live. We're trying to get right back on that Thursday night slot, building that back up. It is very important, and I'd love to see your face in the place. All right, your profile picture, I love to see y'all in the space. Make sure y'all invite a few folks to come out. When you come into the room, I just ask that when you enter the chat, hit the like button, okay, to make sure you engage in the content. Let everybody know, hey, I'm in the building. All right, so thank you so much. All right, y'all, so y'all know I'm moving on to this like button. I'm fussing a little bit now because I want you all to really make sure you focus on it. How are we having 4 and 5, 6, 7,000 views and we don't get 1,000 likes? Family, we need to do better. Okay, I'm not asking y'all to go in your pockets and give anything. All I'm asking is that you hit the like button, okay? Please do that for me because it helps the information spread throughout the algorithm. And if you say you love me, show me, okay? That's it. I see y'all say it all the time in the comment section. Sometimes I'm not able to. I get in the comment section, then I read it. I read the content. I read the comments in the comment section, and I see y'all saying, "I love you, T. I thank you so much for helping me." But I want you to show me that you love me, because one thing that God did is God didn't really sit up and talk about how much He loved us. He didn't even say it one time in the Bible. Guess what He did? He showed us. So what He's saying is that love is not something we say. It's something that we do. It's what we show. Okay? We show each other that we love each other. Okay? And that's one of the ways that you can show me love is to hit that like button. All right? The goal of the day is 2.1K plus on the likes. If you rocks with your girl, bam, y'all, hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Do it. Can you do that for your girl? Thank you. Please and thank you. All right. And also, too, y'all know that I'm promoting, and I love to talk about the book, Seduced by Satan. It's pinned in the description below. Make sure you pick up your copy today. Get a copy for yourself and someone else. All right. All right. Let's jump into the topic of this video. I want to get right into it. The narcissist is they care that you don't care. Apathy is one of the worst things that you can show a narcissist. Okay. They really do care that you don't care. Okay, so why am I making this video? Because a lot of times people that have dealt with narcissistic abuse and, coming out of these different situations, we tend to care, what the narcissist thinks about us. A lot of times what happens is the self-esteem and the self-worth, when we're healing and we're going from thriving to surviving in these relationships, it's just not where it should be. And that's typically because of the traumas and the things that we have dealt with from early childhood that we did not address. Okay, the different triggers and all of these different things. Okay, and a lot of time, and I just want to say this, make sure that you take care of your trauma. Okay. Trauma will cause you to be triggered for the rest of your life if you don't care for it. Okay? If you don't address it, if you don't deal with your emotions, all of that, you know what I'm saying? Then it's going to deal with you. It's okay to have emotions, but don't let them have you. If you dealing with triggers, that's probably because there's what I like to say it like this. If you're dealing with triggers, it's probably because there's a bullet in the chamber. You need to get that bullet out the chamber. And the bullet in the chamber is the trauma that you are not dealing with. And this is why the coaching programs that I launch are so important and that I have created for this community, is because it teaches you to it shows you how to take the bullet out the chamber. Baby, take your power back. Stand in your power. But see, when you have relented and given your power over to trauma, trauma is not going to allow you to stand in your power. It's the one that's overpowering you. Remember that, okay? So in order to not care, you got to stand in your power. And the narcissist cares when you don't care, okay? Everything that a narcissist does, y'all, is for your reaction and for your engagement and for your emotions, okay? I want y'all to really understand what I'm saying. Everything that they do is for you to have some type of reaction and to get some type of emotional response from you. When you understand that, and you understand how powerful you becoming apathetic in a situation with a narcissist, baby, you will never allow them to have your attention or anything remotely close to you caring anymore. Yeah, they bothered that you unbothered. Why? Because guess what? Whenever you are a person like a narcissist, that you got low self-esteem, low self-worth, you feel like you are lower than the bottom, and this is why they have no bottom, period, it's because of the way that they are. They don't think highly of themselves at all. Now, if you run into what we call a overt narcissist, you would think that they're very confident. You would think that they just think they this and they that. No, overt narcissist is very much insecure and very much have low self-worth and low self-esteem. They do. But they hide it with that overt persona that they put out to everybody. But baby, when you show a narcissist through that avenue of apathy, that you don't care about what they're saying and what they're doing, the only way that this is the way that you really get their attention. Okay? This is how you really hit them where it hurts. Right? You ain't got to go around and tell lies on them and you don't do that anyway. You don't got to go around and tell people what they did to you and all of this kind of stuff, because guess what? The family already knew what they were going to do. A lot of the flying monkeys that's walking around, they sniffing around you, trying to see what you doing and what you got going on. They knew what that narcissist was going to do to you from the gate. They already knew what time it was. Okay, they were just sitting back waiting on the chips to fall where they were going to fall where they may. But honey, when you get enough power to stand in your power and to really show that narcissist that you don't care, what happens is the narcissist begins to question their own reality. Yeah. The narcissist begins to question who they are as an individual. You know what that does is it really works on that false narrative that they have going in their heads all the stinking time. And all you're doing is just living your life and not caring about what they say and what they do. And the reason I'm telling you this is because sometimes when y'all are coming out of these situations, you care too much about what the narcissist thinks and what their family and friends and, you care about the image that, you have. Why do you care about what somebody says about you that's a liar and a manipulator? I'm going to tell you something. When you're dealing with a person like this, you know that individual, something is wrong with them. You know something is wrong with them. Don't allow yourself to be so caught up in what this individual is saying and who they're saying these things to about you. You know who you are. They care that you don't care. And so when they see that you don't care, the first thing that they're going to try to do is to try to ruin you. They're going to try to talk about you. They're going to try to ruin your reputation, because a narcissist can't handle the fact that you don't want anything else to do with them. They can't handle it when you basically remove all access to them and tell them, you know what, I don't want nothing else to do with you. You are nothing that you said you were. And in the beginning, I mean, basically, you just let them know, hey, I know you fake and phony. I know that. And so you have decided to remove yourself. Now, when you decide to remove yourself and you are concerned about what they say and do, you might as well get right on back into the situation with them. Because guess what? They're going to do things. They're going to say things. They're going to behave in such a way where you're just like, why are they doing these things? Why are they saying these things about me? Because they want you to care. They want you to care. They want you to be concerned about the things that they say about you. They want you to be concerned about how they interact with that new supply. But baby, let me tell you something. This is what I want you to understand. When you refuse to give that narcissist any energy, when you refuse to play that game with them and you just go into that space of apathy, you don't care what they say, you don't care what they do, you know what that lets them know? It lets them know that the person that they once had and the one that they lied to, the one that they manipulated, and all of these other things, what it does is it lets them know that that person no longer exists. And you know what else is devastating about now that they know that? Is the fact that they'll never be able to come back. And that right there is the biggest problem. Because guess what? They care that you don't care. And they know that when you don't care anymore, that the person that they were able to manipulate and they were able to basically drag you emotionally and all of these different things, they understand that that is no longer an option for them. And you remain in no contact. Baby. That right there is probably the worst. They hate the fact that you don't care. They hate it. And so now they have to deal with the fact that they're not going to be able to come back to you. Nothing that they're saying or doing is affecting you. What you've done is you've basically hit that narcissist with a two-piece combo. That's what you've done. Just by you simply standing in your power and maintaining your contact and the fact that you don't care. But see, in order for you not to care, you got to care about yourself. You got to know that you are the most important person in this situation. See, the narcissist played it in such a way when you were with them, they played that victimhood role so well that you never paid attention to what your needs were. You never paid attention to what it was that you needed in the relationship or what you desired to have or what the narcissist needed to provide, because you were constantly nursing the victim in them. But now you out. Now you out of that situation. And now you understand that you don't have to care for somebody that don't even care for themselves. And that that victimhood persona that they were playing all the time was just a game of chess, not checkers. It was a game of chess. And it was all targeted. Everything, every move that they made on that chessboard was targeted at your emotions. It was targeted at your self-esteem, your self-worth, all of that. All because they wanted to make sure that you were going to always care when they never did. Now the tables have turned and they hate the fact that they got to watch you go on and do whatever it is that you're doing and making sure that you take care of you. And they ain't going to never take care of themselves, but they got to watch you have, non-responsive, non-reactive to whatever they say and whatever they do. You know how powerful that makes you as a person? You know how powerful you are when you can do that to a narcissist? You know how much respect that they have to have for you even when they don't like you And they hate the fact that you have found this out about yourself, that you got the ability to do something that they can never do. Baby, this right here, this right here is a form of kryptonite for them. It is. It is. And guess what? If you watching this video, I hope you taking in everything that I'm saying. And I hope you are working on yourself to that degree that you don't never care about what that narcissist says or does. Anything, look, forever. Beyond this point, you'll never care about what they say or what they do. They hate it. But guess what? Let them deal with it. Because the seeds that they sow will grow. And they will produce a harvest. And guess what? The harvest is what they don't want. Guess what it harvested in this situation? The fact that, yeah, I'm standing in complete apathy because I realized that the person that I was with, this is what you're saying to yourself, and that whole narcissistic situation was a complete lie. Guess what? I'm standing in my power. Remain in no contact. I'll never be back, buddy. Look, get it through your head. And see, when they see that, yeah, this is very devastating to them. But let them deal with the devastation. You dealt with it the whole time you were with them. And so what? Now it's time for them to get some. But yeah, they hate the fact that you don't care. They do. They care when you don't. Okay? So listen, family, take good care of yourselves, all right? And I will see you all on the next video, fam. And I will see you all healed and whole at the top. Shalom, family. Peace.